The 1More Aero are true wireless earbuds that have got active noise cancellation and also a built-in gyroscope, which gives you head tracking capabilities. We'll touch upon that further down in this video. Now, the earbuds can be found for £100 in the UK, $110 in the US, and €110 across Europe. In this video, I'll be covering everything you need to know about them and also sharing my own personalized EQ. Before jumping into this video, I'd like to thank 1More for actually sponsoring it. So to kick off this video, I want to talk about connectivity, and of course these are true wireless earbuds that connect over Bluetooth, the 5.2 standard to be more specific, therefore giving you a wireless range of roughly 10 meters, at least in open space. Now they use the SBC and AEC codecs only, and therefore the latter would certainly suffice for those people who are running an iOS device. Now it should be mentioned that these earbuds do also have Bluetooth multipoint, which is always great to see because it allows you to pair up to two separate devices simultaneously and then switch between the audio device. In other words, let's say you're taking a call on your phone and then you want to switch back to your laptop in order to resume listening back to some music. That is something that is actually plausible with these earbuds thanks to the use of Bluetooth multipoint. Now past this, the earbuds can be used in a mono format. In other words, the left and right driver can be used independently from each other. Of course, they can be used in a stereo format as well. Now, if you were to use them in a mono format, the only thing that you should be aware of is that active noise cancellation and transparency modes become disabled. No matter if you're using the left or the right earbuds, you will have to have both earbuds within your ears in order to have these features actually enabled. Now, moving swiftly on, we get onto sound quality, and these earbuds house a 10mm diamond-like carbon dynamic driver. Indeed, these earbuds are pretty lively in terms of the overall sound frequency range, and specifically if you add your own EQ. Now in my case, I fully tailored the EQ, which I'll showcase in the app section of this video, and it allowed me to get a little bit more dynamism from them. Of course, this is all very subjective and it very much depends as to what your own music tastes are, so don't only just take my own EQ, but of course play around with them if you do actually own these earbuds. If, however, you don't want to play around with an EQ, you can go for one of the 12 preset EQs that 1More gives you, and this again can be selected through the app. Now via software, and by that I mean the 1More Music app, which can be downloaded on Android or iOS devices, you can enable spatial audio, and by doing so you will also enable the dynamic head tracking. Now this is done by a proprietary technology that's been developed in-house by 1More and effectively means that your music is tracked between your left and right earbud depending on your head's position. I think it's absolutely fascinating and it's something that I've never come across before. Now of course you don't have to enable this if you don't want, in other words if you want a bit more of a familiar or indeed reference sound, but for those people who just want to play around with their audio a little bit more or indeed experience something a little bit different, such as when they're watching, let's say, movies or videos, then it might be a feature that you might want to consider. So what about when it comes to recording quality? Well, everything you can hear right now is coming directly from the 1More Aero, and I'd be intrigued to know what you make of the earbuds down in the comment section below. Now, to give you a little bit of indication of how they would perform in a noisy, let's say, office or coffee shop environment, I'll be playing back a track. It's from Priya J, it's titled Like Me, and it's playing from my bookshelf speakers. I promise I'm not trying to be antisocial, but rather trying to face, let's say, the music. Now, if I go quiet, hopefully that gives you an indication of how the earbuds would perform in somewhat of a challenging environment, and including how they would perform if you're in a very quiet environment like I'm speaking right now. Now on the subject of those microphones, the 1More Aero earbuds use the company's proprietary Quiet Max noise cancellation technology, which utilizes 3 high-quality microphones to boost the noise cancellation performance, and therefore giving you a quoted 42 decibels of noise cancellation and a frequency range which goes from 40 Hz all the way to 4 kHz. Now better still, you can adjust the noise cancellation level to your own preference via the app, whereby you can have it disabled, put it on its strongest mode setting, or for example even enable wind reduction mode. If, however, you would prefer the earbuds to determine for themselves what is best for you, then you can go even on the adaptive modes. So moving on, we get onto the 1More app, and through the main interface you can see the left and right battery indicator of the earbuds and then the charging case. Now if we tap on the top right hand logo of the 1More sign, you can enable or disable smart playback. You've also got the ability to do some smart burn-in, which will only be really useful if you first get these earbuds, and then you've got the experimental features such as the Bluetooth multipoint, which I covered before, and then also the pairing pop-up window if you so wish to have it enabled. Then you've got the quick guide to the products and also some soothing sounds that you can enable, or of course you can contact 1More directly from here as well. Now as for the ANC listening modes, or for example transparency, as you can see it will say fail to set up, and that's because the earbuds are not both in my ears, which I did cover before. Now as for the custom settings, it is fantastic to see that 1More have allowed you the ability to customize the touch functions of both the left and right earbuds independently, and also allows you to choose a variety of different options. Unlike previous 1More products that have come in the past where you are limited as to what you can choose, here that's no longer the case, and of course you can fully disable it if you so wish. Again, double tap and triple tap functions are the same, but the fact that you can independently adjust them is absolutely excellent. Now as for the sound options, this is even more of an improvement over previous iterations from the manufacturer, because here you've got preset EQs, which we're accustomed to a lot of people that have bought 1More products in the past. However, the custom EQ is phenomenal. You've got a multi-band EQ, which you can see over here I have really customized to my own heart's content. Of course it's very subjective, it very much depends on terms of your own music taste and of course your own hearing range, but in my case you can see, for example, I've added around 2 notches to the lower echelons of the low frequencies and added around 2.5 to around 3 in terms of the mid-range and the treble. Again, all very subjective, but you can create separate profiles if you so wish, for example if you're listening to different genres, or of course you can go to the preset EQs if you don't want to faff around with that multi-band EQ. Now you have also got the smart loudness. Now in my case I didn't actually use it, it's from SonarWorks, and you can enable or disable it, and effectively scans the music that you're listening to in order for you not to miss out on any sort of frequency range. You can adjust it in terms of the levels, and it's very customizable. However, in my case I preferred not using it, but it is great to see that 1More are offering certain features that you want to enable or disable, and it's for you to play around with and see what actually works best for yourself. Now as for spatial audio, which I did cover before, you can enable it via a simple toggle over here. It's very intuitive to do and works pretty well. And then you have got the OTA firmware update, whereby if you did have an internet connection, unlike me which I'm on airplane mode right now, it'll check for a firmware update, which I did when I first got these earbuds, and I updated the firmware, which took roughly around 10 minutes, and it's certainly recommended to do before you do anything, because it allows you to make sure that you've got all the right features. Now moving past the app, we get onto the earbuds design, and here they're available in a black and white finish. They're also IPX5 water resistant and also sweat proof, but of course this doesn't mean that they're fully waterproof, so definitely do not go fully submerging them. They'll suffice if you're going for an intense gym workout or for example jogging in the rain. Now as for the overall comfort, the earbuds come in at just 4.9 grams each, while the case itself weighs 45.2 grams, and when combined means that the overall weight is 55.1 grams, which is absolutely minuscule for a set of true wireless earbuds. Better still, the case itself is pretty slender and should fit in most sorts of setups. Now, in order to ensure that you got the best sort of fit, 1More have included a selection of silicone ear tips within the box, and indeed over here are very much important for you to get the best sort of seal, therefore getting the best sort of passive and active noise cancellation, and better still, the best sort of sonic reproduction. Now finally we get on to battery life, whereby the earbuds have a capacity of 40 milliamp hours, while the case itself has 450 milliamp hours. The earbuds will take roughly 1 hour to charge when of course placed within the charging case, while the case itself will take roughly 2 hours. Now it's worth noting over here that a 15-minute blast of charge via the USB Type-C port will give you a whopping 3 hours of playback. If, however, you do not have access to a USB Type-C port, then you'll be pleased to know that there's also wireless charging capabilities. Now the earbuds themselves will last roughly 5 hours when active noise cancellation is enabled, and when it's disabled this goes up to 7 hours, and therefore means with the case and the earbuds once fully charged you should be able to get up to 28 hours when ANC is disabled and 20 hours when ANC is enabled. So there we go, my full detailed breakdown of the 1More Aero. I'd be curious to know what you make of these true wireless earbuds down in the comment section below, and hopefully I covered everything you need to know about them. Now it goes without saying that if you haven't already, I'd definitely appreciate if you could drop a like, subscribe and hit that bell notification, all of which are greatly appreciated. As such, I've been Totally Dubbed and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves and goodbye.